court cam? Is there any new court cam? Doubt it.
It was hard to believe.
Giggles tells judge to be quiet, then threatens him.
Next, we're in Bakersfield, California, for the arraignment of Tobias Roman.
Hey, Tobias.
The 27-year-old was charged with multiple crimes, including attempted robbery, threatening with attempt to terrorize, and exhibiting a deadly weapon for allegedly stalking a female employee at a shopping mall.
Aw.
Roman, stand up.
I can't stand up right now. I'm right here.
And now his initial hearing is
pretty aggressive.
Off to a rocky start.
Stand up, Roman.
Once on his feet, the judge then asks a standard procedural question.
Mr. Roman, what is your true and correct name?
Tobias, my first name. That's it. Giggles or Tobias.
Giggles?
Don't call me that now.
Giggles may be his street name.
Why
There's nothing funny about
Giggles?
the crimes he's accused of committing.
This time I will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Roman. The charges, Mr. Roman, are attempted robbery.
It's all right,
second degree.
it's all right,
Hey,
bro.
Mr. Roman, you need to be quiet.
Yeah, you need to be quiet.
Ooh.
After being interrupted,
The giggler.
Judge Charles Bremer gives the defendant a final warning.
You got one more chance and then you're going to be removed from the courtroom. That'll be your choice.
For a second, it appears Giggles might quiet down, but his silence is short-lived.
Go here.
You need to leave.
But as
You
he
just
gets ready,
got giggled.
Roman gets in the last word.
See? I'm gonna murder you when I see you.
What?
See?
He thought it was Xbox Live for a second.
The judge heard that comment loud and clear.
Thanks, Resub
I
EJ.
noted for the record, Mr. Roman's statement on the record that he will murder me if he sees me, and I'm going to request law enforcement to take the appropriate action.
Thanks, Resub Will Guy.
Tobias Roman later pled no contest to the charge of threatening a public official and was sentenced to 8 months in prison.
Oh, that's not that
Of
long.
his original charges, all were dismissed except for threatening with intent to terrorize.
He better hope that judge isn't anywhere near
3
him.
years in prison.
Oh.
Thanks
Not
for
3
being
years,
a fan
probably
of
plenty of
Court
time.
Cam. Subscribe to A&E to never miss.
Okay, what else we got? Rugby player tosses chair, rages in courtroom after sentencing.
We're headed south, way south, to
Thanks,
Wollongong,
Resub Impaled
Australia, for a
in
sentencing hearing.
Constanza.
Seated inside what's known as
Yeah, I've seen
the
it,
dock
Wendy.
is the defendant, 25-year-old Jesse
I'm familiar with the
Rose.
channel.
The one-time aspiring rugby league player pleaded guilty to the charge of
Here's a gift
reckless
sub,
wounding
Constanza.
for an assault captured in this surveillance video. After receiving a complaint about Rose's drunken behavior in a pub, he and his mate are asked to leave by security. But when he refuses, a second camera shows things turning physical.
Oh, I saw this video on Reddit.
Guards ends up on the floor. Backing away from the situation, Rose then hurls his drinking glass at the downed man, striking him in the head. The guard suffered serious injuries, including a laceration and depressed skull. Now at sentencing, Rose's attorney made
Nice.
a case to not send him to jail, claiming he's a changed man, holding down a steady job and living on the straight and narrow. But Judge Andrew Hastings
I
makes
believe
it
him.
clear this is no kangaroo
Wow, cool
court,
picture.
stating that the assault was too serious to consider leniency.
We couldn't have chosen a better
Right
picture.
about now, he announces Rose's sentence, 14 months in prison. But as one door closes for
Thanks,
the
Resub
defendant,
Adola.
he kicks another one wide open.
Hey, that's a changed man. Let him go. He's much better at controlling his anger now. That was one of the worst chair tosses I've ever seen in my life. That was a little better.
Unhappy with his sentence, Rose perhaps channels his rugby days and boots open the divider door.
Thanks, Resub Cena.
It's unclear what he
give some
says to
Quishy.
these two security guards. One guard takes a step or two back. After some more jawing, Rose takes things up a notch and throws not one, but 2 chairs at the guards. Those are not folding chairs Rose just tossed. Those are standard office chairs weighing up to 60 pounds.
Man, what just happened to this guy?
But
He comes over here to play a little slap ass and then immediately loses his footing.
Folding chairs Rose just tossed. Those are standard
But
office chairs.
he doesn't even. He just completely loses his balance.
7 kilograms in Australia.
Unlucky.
What you might have missed is
He's a bit
this
sauce.
guard who sneaks around the backside of
I
the
didn't miss
dock
it.
and, like a boomerang, flies back into action. First bobbing and weaving, then going down under for a tackle.
Oh, that's what. Oh,
With the
okay.
help of the other guard, Rose is
It was
pinned to the
calculated.
floor. His girlfriend can be seen in the rear of the courtroom.
Let's
Other
read some retro.
officers eventually enter,
And JP.
get Rose to his feet, and escort him out.
Nice sauce. Hope you're enjoying it.
For his courtroom tantrum, Jesse
Makes a bit
Rose was
thinner
charged
bone.
with property damage and assaulting a law enforcement officer. An additional 8 months was added to his original 14-month sentence.
Thanks for being a fan of Court Cam.
Thanks to the tier 1 universe ants. Oh, universe rants. Man soaks woman with sprinkler in attempt to stop a fight. It's not court cam, but the titles really got me interested. Top 5 most shocking fights, huh?
First up, we're in Kissimmee, Florida, for a double murder trial.
Isn't it pronounced Kissimmee?
The defendant, Jason Clare, is charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and aggravated assault with a firearm.
Volume's really low.
Outside this bar, Clare shot and killed 2 brothers,
Oh,
James
shit.
and Joel Kuhn, after they had apparently beat him up. He claims he was acting in self-defense, citing Florida's Stand Your Ground law. But now during the trial, it's the families who are fighting. After a hearing was canceled, friends and family of the victims and the defendant find themselves in close quarters.
Oh. This is how it always happens. He went for a punch on that dude and ends up hitting the woman. And almost exclusively the woman. I was watching a fight the other day that was going viral.
The man speaking is
Of
the
like 2
defendant's
sports fans fighting, and a dude threw a punch and just hit his wife when he was going for the other
in
guy.
the green shirt, James Kuhn Sr., the father of the murdered brothers. And the man trying to push Parker back is a friend of the victims, Jeremy Millian. Millian takes the first swing.
Yeah, he's the only one that gets a solid strike in.
In. The defendant's stepfather counters with a right overhand.
That's not a real punch.
A bystander and even a police detective to the ground. After mowing a path through the crowd, the defendant's stepfather
I could give
squares
sub
up
Trace and
with the
resub
father of
Chumboy.
the victims, while an officer pulls out his taser. After a flurry of punches, they tumble to the ground before being separated by officers. All 3 men were arrested.
Sorry, he hit me first. He hit me. What was I supposed to do? Just like your son, double team people. You seen 3 of them in there jumping on me.
With Jeremy Millian leaving on a stretcher with an injured jaw. Each man
Oof.
was taken to jail and charged
That's
with what's
rough.
called a fray. They were also banned from attending all future trial proceedings. As for the defendant, Jason Clare, he was found guilty on 2 counts of first-degree murder with a firearm and 1 count assault with a firearm, and was sentenced to life in prison. without parole.
Of Court Cam.
Not really a
Subscribe to
fight.
A&E to never miss.
He's kind of like squirmed while handcuffed. Wild court appearance. Oh, we already watched that one.